Okay, well, I see the live button here. So let me look on your page and make sure we're
Okay.
I feel like this is the whole every time that we go live from one of these things, we're like, let's see if we're actually live.
Yes. Okay.
See, we are. I think
Yes,
we're
thank God. Okay.
live. Woohoo! I see us.
Awesome. Okay, so let me get started. So, hey guys, happy Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. If you watch this live, just let us know that you're here. If you catch the replay, let us know you're watching the replay. But as many of you guys know, I'm Carmen, and you guys know that when I lost my mama in October, I didn't only lose my mama, I lost myself. I lost my spark. I lost my motivation. I lost me. I lost Carmen, and it was very, very hard. Um, whew, so, anyways, after watching my friend Shauna, following her journey for so long, it's like I had tried everything, guys. The coffee, the pills, the patches, the
Nope.
drops, the drinks, like everything. Same.
We tried it together.
We did. So, funny story. There was the last product that I tried. I messaged Shauna and I'm like, what do you know about this? I mean, she's like, well, it's good, Carmen, but you're going to be wasting your money again. And it's true because I tried it for what, maybe like 2 months and no results, no anything. So I decided to finally get started with this journey, GLP-1, and everything has changed for me. Not only my appearance, how I feel, how the motivation is back, the spark is back, Carmen is back. Like even my husband, he told me the other day, babe, I don't want to cry. He said, babe, you're looking good, but most importantly, you're happy again. And it's true. So it's been seven
Now
weeks.
you're
Yes.
gonna make me tear. Because Carmen, okay, can we just take 1 second? I'm interrupting Carmen for 1 second. Can we just take a second to like look at this woman? I cannot even believe your face, your neck, your even, I mean, it's just, you can see that all the inflammation is like starting to completely leave your body. And I'm sorry, but that wasn't happening before. Like, this
No,
is new. Like, this
I
is
know.
insane. I'm just saying, you look amazing. Like, it's
Thank
insane.
you. Thank you. And going back to when I messaged Shana, every time I would try a new product, um, it's like, okay, but I feel good. Are you losing weight? No, I'm not losing weight, but I feel good, I think. But no, I wasn't feeling good at all whatsoever. So anyway, 7 weeks, 14 pounds down, inflammation, just like my inches my inches are melting. That's what makes me so happy because I literally, before I get in the shower, I stand there and I see my body changing so much that I'm like, oh, wow, maybe for the first time in forever I might be able to wear a bathing suit and not just shorts and a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I'm excited. So, anyways, so I want to introduce to you guys one of my dearest friends, Shauna. She knows how much I've been struggling. She knows everything I've gone through. She knows everything, but herself. I have seen Shauna's transformation. I mean, before my eyes, and I can't believe that I literally waited so long when everything I would say is like, oh my gosh, she's looking good. She's glowing. Oh my goodness. But here I was doubting everything. So, Shauna, let us know, who are you? What have you done? And thank you for being here with me.
Yay, Carmen. I'm so excited to be here with you. Okay, so Shanna, my name is Shanna. I am a registered nurse, and I also am a certified nutritional health coach. And so to take it back to, and I think this is very important. I know I say this every time I talk about my journey, but I think it's very important because there's a lot of people who are skeptical about this out there, right? And like, I'm here to tell you that was me, but times 100. And Carmen knows I'm one of those, okay, that people, I mean, my kids want to strangle me. They're teenagers. They want to bring home stuff like, Bath and Body Works. And I'm there with my little scanner scanning all the ingredients. And I'm like, nope, this is toxic. Nope, this is toxic. Right. And so when I tell you that not only was I skeptical, but I actually did not, I was like, no, I am against it. Like, I'm against it. And I would clearly tell people that. And so I'm here to say that what you don't know, right? Because I did not research. I didn't go down the rabbit hole until I was sitting there watching a lot of my friends, just like Carmen is saying, okay, start to just, and they had the same issues as me, which I'll go into in a minute, but they were like melting away. They were looking beautiful. They were glowing. They were happy. And then I started seeing all these holistic practitioners that I follow. Like, I watch their podcasts, I watch them do reels, and all of a sudden they started to like say that it was amazing and they started recommending it to everybody. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, these are crunchy women, okay? If they're saying that this is great, I have to figure out why. Like, why are they saying this? And so I went down that rabbit hole. And when I really finally understood, I was like in shock because it's actually more natural than we can ever even imagine, right? We produce it in our bodies ourselves, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But, so once I really understood that this was a natural, amino acids that we already produce in our bodies, and that as time goes on, we're just like with collagen, it declines with time. And I'm like, okay, I think I need to look into this more. Same time, my husband is going and getting his blood work done. And when he got his blood work done, his cholesterol and triglycerides was so high that I gave him an anxiety attack as a nurse, because I looked at it and I was like, babe, I have, 80-year-old men who are really sick that have lower cholesterol and triglycerides than you. Like, this is scary. We need to figure this out. Well, they put him on the medication and he had an awful side effect. He wound up in the, as an emergency. And next thing you know, they're like, you can't be on these meds. We want you to start the shot. And so I was like, the skinny shot? Like, I'm like, no, like, what? Again, because this is so much more than just for that, right? So here we are. We finally decide to go on this journey, even after all the skepticism, after me putting my foot down and saying, I'm never going to look at this thing ever. And in the process, probably 3 months down the road, Brandon's numbers went completely turned around to the green in 3 months. Okay. And when I saw that, I was like such a believer. He lost about 25 pounds, but that was the side effect, okay, because he wasn't doing it for that. And myself, I've now lost 100 pounds from my highest weight, 85 on the shot, okay? So it's literally changed our lives completely. And not only that, but if you could see paperwork, like labs I'm talking about, right? I mean, I'm off of 5 medications for comorbidities that I had. I had high cholesterol, triglycerides. I have PCOS. I had peripheral edema so bad that I couldn't even get my shoes on my feet. Okay. That's how bad. And so when I tell you my whole life turned around. It wasn't just what you see on the outside. So many people see that. That's great. But what happened on the inside and my lab work and my health completely turned around. I will be screaming this from the rooftops for life. That's all I have to say,
That's awesome. I mean, 85 pounds just on the GLP-1. And I mean, I remember when you got started, and I was like, I remember telling my husband, Shauna started this. And as months went by, I'm like, okay, I see you. And like, I saw the entire transformation you've had. So that's good. So, I mean, you kind of touched on this, but what are peptides? Like, people always say, "Oh no, I'm never gonna do the shot. I'm just gonna take drops or pills." Like, what are peptides?
Okay, so peptides are small chains of amino acids. They're very delicate. We're going to get into that in a minute. They're small chains of amino acids that we already produce in our bodies. So when you're hearing that word like GLP out there like crazy, okay, that is produced in our gut already. We already produce that in our bodies. And so what happens though is what peptides are our signaling system in our body. And so what happens is it starts to break down over time and not work as well. Just like you guys are taking collagen, just so you know, any of you guys who have taken collagen, you've taken peptides. So, period. Okay? So really you can't say, "Oh, I'm never touching that stuff," cuz you already have, okay? So, same as collagen breaks down as time goes on, this system will start to slow down. Those messages won't get sent. And this is the easiest way to describe it, right? So, when you go and send a text message, and sometimes when you're sending that message, it just doesn't not want to go through. Sometimes it's like circling and it's like errors, and you're like, "What the heck? Come on," right? That's what starts to happen. From cell to cell, those signals start to break down as we age, right? And so what we do is, now that we have peptides to be able to replace that, gets that text messaging system to work, and finally all of the processes that it helps, which is very important things like sleep and repair and letting us know when we're satisfied when we're eating, right? Things like that. It starts to work again. And we start feeling amazing. We start sleeping better. Our inflammation is going down. We start to feel like we're finally working again, like after struggling for so many years. And how many things are you trying out there? Like 1,000,001 things. I'm sorry, but I have spent so much money on different supplements, different diet plans, all of those things. And finally, something is working because we're fixing that broken system. Okay. But again, we already produce it. Okay. Now, let me cover why this does not work in a pill form. Okay. If you are taking this in a pill form, it is already broken down, or a drop. Okay. It's already broken down by the time it hits your mouth. And the reason why is because we have a digestive system that starts in our mouth. And those acids start to break down all of your foods, your nutrients, right? It starts to break down in your mouth. So, think about this. If it's in a pill form, right? By the time it hits your gut, okay, you've got your gut acids that are breaking everything down, but we're not done. We're not done yet, because you got your liver too. Okay. So your liver filters out everything. By the time it's expensive, Pete. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. Peptides they're small chains of amino acids, so they're so delicate that they have to be given in that needle form. Okay. To me, guys, there's like, if somebody comes into my inbox and says, "I'm going to try this in drop form," like, you might as well just throw your money away. Might as well. I was like, I'm not giving you any of that. Like, it's not happening. You got to pick up your big girl pants. That's what I say. And you have to do it in an injection form. And I'm going to tell you, it's even easier. You take one a week. One a week.
One a week.
Tiny. It's the size of my hair. My hair, guys. Okay. It literally does not even hurt. It doesn't. And it's once a week. And I know, Carmen, right? I said, "Carmen, I'm telling you, it's not even going to hurt." I freaked out myself. I mean, I'm a nurse. I gave, injections, IVs to everybody else, but to do it to myself, I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Why was I even worried about this?" It's like nothing. It's nothing.
It's like nothing. Yeah. And it's true, because I remember when I got mine, remember, guys, I didn't tell my husband. I did this behind my husband's back, and I'm like, "How am I gonna do this?" And I remember that when I got it, I came into by the way, this is my mama's room, my angel's room. And I came in here and I have my mama's picture here. And I remember, because I told this to Shana, I looked at her picture and I was literally crying because I was scared. And then when I did it, I'm like, oh, Carmen, no big deal. Like, why were you even scared? So
Yep.
yeah. Okay. So then obviously, um, the shot, it's 100 times better than anything else people out there are saying. And it's true. Once a week, guys. I remember one of our many companies, how many pills we were
Oh my God.
taking every. I should have brought the cup because I still have the cup. And I remember the day my daughter saw me. She came home from school. I think it was Thanksgiving break, and she saw my cup of pills, and she said, "Mom, you're not gonna be taking all of those." I'm like, "Yeah, I do, and I do this every day." She's like, "Mom, please." So
I
once
know.
a week, you know how good it feels to don't worry if your coffee got cold. Don't worry if you have to wait 30 minutes before you eat to use whatever, or to carry all the pills with you. It's like once a week, the relief that it has given me, it's insane. You know,
Mhm.
okay, so then you told us about what are peptides, why sourcing matters, because we see peptides everywhere. We see even the neighbors talking about GLP-1, but why sourcing matters.
Well, just to start off, I mean, a lot of that is going to change very soon. Because the stuff that's not regulated, I mean, it's scary. It's insane. So, okay, we'll start off by saying this, why sourcing matters for me as a nurse and a nutritional health coach. If I'm going to start telling people to take a peptide like I did, I'm going to make sure that it's quality, right? I'm going to make sure that if my name's behind something, it's going to work. Number 1, it's going to be quality, and I'm going to feel safe knowing that these people are taking something. Okay. So for me, and I've heard of many different things out there. Okay. I have seen TikTok influencers saying, here's my link, buy this thing. Guys, I had a friend who got E. coli from one of those, right? Because it was in a powder form. She just received it. She had absolutely no clue it was in there. So there's no kind of testing. And sometimes when they do even tell you that there's a test, all you can check on those. You can check and see if those are accurate. And there's a lot of them out there that are not. And they don't do endotoxin testing. So what happened is she got really sick because she didn't know it was in it. And I have people in my inbox all the time, all day long. They're like, Shanna, you have to help me. I bought this such and such from my friend's sister's brother who said it was great, right? And she's like, but I'm telling you, I think I overdosed. I'm like, girl, I can't help you. That's the thing. I can't help you because those places, which are called the gray market, okay, those places, they can't give you dosing instructions. It's illegal. It's illegal to do. So they cannot give you dosing instructions. They can't tell you how to mix it. They can't tell you any of that stuff because it is not regulated. Okay. What a gray market peptide is it's still in research form. So if you go onto those sites and go and purchase $60 peptides, okay, it says not for human consumption,
Oh my
research
God.
use only. Okay. So what happens with that? Okay. And even if somebody for some reason had testing on it and things like that, they still cannot give you dosing information. So you're going to have to go onto Chat GPT and try to figure out how to take this stuff. Don't have any kind of guidance. Don't know what kind of foods to eat. Don't know any of the things. And so those are the people who are starting to come this way because they're scared. They're not getting results. I see that all the time. People are like, I don't know how you lost all that weight. I couldn't even lose 10 pounds. I've been taking it for 3-4 months. I'm like, where are you getting it from? Right? That's the thing. So with us, we hold your hand. through the entire process. Okay. You are purchasing it from a 503A, which means we are made to order in the US, and not only just manufactured in the US, we're sourced in the US. Okay. You're not buying some powdered peptide that God knows how long it's been on a shelf. Because, guys, okay, peptides have been out for a very long time. Just so you know, let's clear up that. Oh, but wait down the line. Wait till 10 years from now. Let's see if they're happy 10 years from now. Guys, this has been out for 25 years or more. Okay. 10 years from now has happened already. It's happened already. We're already here. Okay. We already know what happens. We already know the side effects. We know what it's been doing for people in the athletic space, people in longevity space, all of the people who are weightlifters, they've been using this for years and years. Okay. So when I tell you that, again, those peptides that are in the powdered form sitting on a shelf somewhere, you have no clue. You don't know how old they are. You don't know what's in them. You don't know anything. We are 99.9% purity. We are triple filtered and triple tested. And the minute that you go and place your order, they make it to order. You're going to be able to do a free add-on, which is freaking phenomenal. Okay. You get a free add-on. So you get to choose B12, L-carnitine, or glycine, and they make it to order and send it to your doorstep, and you'll get it like within 3 to 5 business days. It's insane. Okay. So when I tell you purity, safety matters, guys. You don't want to go and overdose, and next thing you know, you're in my inbox. I can't help you. Okay. This is something that I know for a fact that when my friends are coming to me and saying that they want to lose weight, I have all confidence. I'm like, you go and use this place. I can guarantee you it's quality. I know where it's made from. I know all the testing, right? So testing and purity and all of that matters. Another thing that I just want to say really quickly is also when you purchase from here, you get 24/7 access to the doctor. Okay. Meaning once you come in, you're going to have your own patient portal. You're going to be able to log in, ask the doctor any questions at any time. So again, all we have to do is point you to the place we know is quality and secure. And then once you're there, you have the doctor. Any questions that you have, the doctor is going to answer for you. You have any customer service issues like shipping, this and that, they have amazing customer service. They're going to take care of you. So again, it's just all buttoned up and handed to you on a silver
That's
platter.
that is so awesome because you do receive everything you need for 3 months, and I love that. Shana, before we continue, I do have a few questions. One of my friends just texted me, and she wants to know what if she doesn't want to lose weight? Is this peptides are still for her?
So weight loss, guys, even though you've heard this whole skinny shot, that's what you've been hearing. Okay. Guys, that's a side effect. That's not why those people were using this. Okay. So even though they've been using it for many, many, many years, they've been using it for things like inflammation, especially, again, I'm going to go back to the athletes that have been using this for a very long time. Okay. It goes and hits your inflammation markers in your entire body. So anywhere that you need this, again, I hate to tell you guys, but there's inflammation everywhere. Our gut, our brain. If you walk into a room and you forget why you walked into a room, inflammation in the brain. Okay. So this helps with number one is inflammation, which is the start of all disease. Okay. Number two, it also helps with things like, let's say I know a lot of people that say it's so bad for your gut. I'm sorry, but for me, my gut health has gotten better. Again, that's where some of the receptors are located. So again, that's gotten better. But people in like menopause, perimenopausal phase, they have so many benefits from this, from brain fog, from aches, there's a long list of things that this helps with. And just so you know, they are doing more and more studies as we're going, because this just went mainstream, meaning that's why everybody hears about it as the skinny shot, right? Because now it went crazy, it went viral, but that's not really what this was meant for. It's also if you have something that is called insulin resistance, right? And so that is why a lot of women, okay, a lot of women hold on to their fat, especially like around their midsection. Okay. But that's because,
Me.
yeah. And it's because you're visceral fat. You have visceral fat, that fat that's like around your organs and stuff that makes you unhealthy. I'm talking about your health wise, right? So remember when I started off my story and I talked a little bit about Brandon and how he didn't do this for weight loss? That was just a beautiful side effect that happened. But his lab work completely turned around. I'm talking about from going to that scary, place to next thing you know, I'm looking at this and I'm like, how in 3 months? I don't get it. I don't understand. This is amazing. There's been studies done about cardiovascular health. Now go out there and go look. There's studies about this, like actually, and I can't say the word. I'm going to say the big C. Okay. Like Carmen had to experience. Okay. That it literally is cutting down, basically reversing things like that. Okay. So there are many, many studies. If you go out there and start to do your own research and start digging, this is so much more, guys, than just that. That was actually a side effect of why this medication was created. So
Um, awesome. Okay. Now there's a question, but I don't know if we can answer that. Maybe because she's asking what is the difference from our peptides than the one she gets from her doctor? Like she's not having results, and but I don't know if we can answer that. There was another from the same person. She wanted to know the difference between the new peptide, the Rita. You know which one, right?
oh, that's research grade. It's only
That's
gray
research.
market.
And but see, a lot of people tell me my provider or where they go, they're getting that peptide. And so what is the difference between that one and terzepatide?
So that one, the big difference is that it's not regulated. It's not again for human consumption. It's still in research phase. If your doctor has it, he has a gray market peptide. I mean,
Okay.
that's the end of the story. Like Retta, oh, I'm not even allowed to say that, but it's not even out. It's not even out yet. Like it's not out for that in a regulation form. So if a doctor has that, it's because that he got it from the gray. It's a research grade peptide. So, and
And
then
because she,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
And then the other question that you had. So what I would say the difference is, with trying to stay compliant here, like I mean it's hard to, like I just said the name that we are not to say ever.
Yes.
So I would say this, okay? It's kind of like we have a compounded form. So the compounded form is an isolate of that. They take that peptide, and without all the additives that are in the name brand one that you guys know, right? And they isolate the peptide and we compound it with either B12, L-carnitine, or with glycine. And so even having that as a compound, there's a lot of benefits to each one of those. B12, as you know, has a lot of benefits like energy, like it gives you, better energy, motivation, etc. And then you've got L-glycine, which is another amino acid, and that is phenomenal for, holding on to muscle. You're also having your energy sources there, motivation, fat burning. Okay. And then you've got your glycine, which helps with sleep and things like that as well. And actually, if you're somebody who needs a nervous system reset, Some people use the glycine one and they compound it with that. They take it at nighttime so that it helps them to sleep and calm their nervous system. So if you're somebody who is like very stressed out all the time, or you have an overreactive nervous system, that can help you in those ways as well. So it's a little bit different in that way. But hopefully that answered your question with trying to stay compliant.
Yeah, because she's asking other questions, but I think I'll just do a three-way with you, her, and myself, because
Yeah.
she's using the names, But
Uh-huh.
anyways, Adriana, I'll message you after. Also, so now let's talk about you already kind of answered why our company EllieMD, but why our team?
Yeah. Okay. So I've already pretty much told you why Ellie, but I mean, and there's tons more. Ellie offers educational series as well. So every single week we have videos where they'll even put it into your email too. Like they'll send it straight to
Yeah.
your email. But we also have a YouTube where it goes to, and it's a different doctor, medical professionals, nutritionists that come on and they give you, again, guidance and help and support through those educational series every week. And then as far as our team, it's so good. When I tell you that, number one, there's like, I feel like there's more professionals here, right? Because a lot of like doctors and nurses and like chiropractors love this business because they are able to offer something to their clients that they wouldn't be able to prescribe otherwise, right? So we have a lot of professionals here. We have a complete like business in a box where you can log in and you can take your QR code and put it into like brochures and business cards and banners and all of those things. So they have it set up for you. It's a complete business in a box. All of the graphics that you could ever need on our team, any kind of education or help, right? We as a team have even created our very own e-guide. So when you start with us, we're going to give you something so you know exactly what to buy as far as groceries, what to eat, things, little tips and tricks if you start to feel like you're on a plateau at some point, or if you can't get your protein in, we give you all of those kinds of tips and tricks. So we have a lot of tools and resources on our team, as well as through corporate. So we, again, something that you don't have to worry about because we're going to be here to hold your hand through that as well. So
I love support. That's the support that you provide for our team, and I'm so grateful for that. I love how you explained why our peptides, our injections, are way better than a pill form or drops form. Thank you for doing that because I know I have a lot of people watching that are you know so like around how many peptides do we have, and can you talk about the beauty peptide, which by the way it's on my list that I'm gonna buy next time.
you're gonna love it. So okay, yes, we have about, I would say, what now, maybe like 25, 26 peptides. So again, that's something that we stand out in the market for because there is no other company that has that many peptides available for you guys to try. And we have a peptide for everything, guys. So when I say gut health, we have one specifically for that. We have the beauty peptide that I'm going to talk about in a minute that I've actually personally have results with, and I love it, love it. We have one that is for autoimmune. So if you're somebody who has, thyroid issues or Hashimoto's or even mold exposure, okay, things like that for your immune system, we have that. So a peptide for everything, guys. But time's sake, I'm going to talk a little bit about the beauty one, okay? So the beauty peptide, if you can think of collagen times 100, okay? Again, this is in an injection, but it goes straight to the bloodstream. So it works a lot quicker and a lot better than any kind of collagen you could ever take. And even though they call it the beauty peptide, which sounds vain, I'm going to tell you other things it helps. Okay. So it helps with anti-aging, hands down, wrinkles, fine lines, tightening of skin. I have a cousin on this that she swears, I mean, this is now, she's been on it probably about 7 months now. And she tells me that her skin on her legs, on her knees, on her, you know how you can get that little skin over here on your elbows. Okay. She said her face wrinkles have gone down. She's not gotten her Botox. Like, it's insane what she's seeing. Okay. As far as like anti-aging and all of that. Hydration of skin. I mean, I have not had so many people tell me that I'm glowing like all the time. And it's that hydration that my skin has right now. So if you're somebody who suffers with that, it helps with that. Hair, skin, nails, of course, same as like collagen, but I'm telling you, it's a lot more powerful and it's a lot more, again, and we produce this in our bodies, but it starts to decline as we age, right? I'm so excited because my cousin who's been on it for 7 months is starting to see tons of hair growth. That is what I'm excited about. I want to start seeing some of my hair that I've had, you know, thinning from a very long time, ever since my hormones were imbalanced. And then after the other big C, I had a lot of hair loss. And so I am so excited to see this hair growth because it's phenomenal. When you stay on this consistently, you will see some crazy results. But then if you have joint issues, okay, any kind of aches in your joints, beautiful again. Any kind of scar tissue that needs repairing. So if you've had a lot of surgeries in the past, or you have scar tissue that you need to, you're even looking for that to start to dissipate, helps with that as well, helps with the inflammation. So again, it's just like an all-in-one beauty peptide that helps with so many things. And it's something we produce in our bodies already, which is that copper, that GHK. It's copper peptide. And so we start to decline as we age. So as soon as we start to replenish that and fix that broken system, oh my gosh, the results are phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And you know, maybe I'm just gonna go buy it right now because seriously, everything you mentioned is like scar tissue. I need help with that, joints and everything. That's so exciting. Shana, so let's get into the real one. I have so many people on the fence, people that are scared because they listen to all the people out there, just, the price. I have a good friend that she has tried everything, just like me. She has tried everything, but she's like, I wish you can do it like month to month. It's like, no, I'm never going to do anything month to month ever again, because how many times did we promote a product where people buys 1 month and they don't buy again? So the price, can you talk about the price, and for those people on the fence, what would be the biggest advice you would give them?
Okay. So first let's talk about the price thing and, wanting to just do 1 month, which, by the way, this is not a Band-Aid, right? This is something that you are going to want to stay on. And once you're on it and you start feeling amazing, you're going to continue to go on. So this is not something that you'd ever take for a month. Nobody would just take it for a month. By the time you're on like week 3, you would have to go and try to buy another month anyway, right? So here's my thing. I personally, when I very first started this, I tried for a month. I was what they call a slow responder. I wasn't crushing it like Carmen. Okay. I didn't lose anything. Can you imagine? Now, remember, I've lost 100 pounds in all 5 medications. Okay. Can you imagine if I would have quit? Because that first month I didn't lose anything. And I did. I said, I'm not doing it anymore. I must be broken. I feel like everybody else has results and I don't.
Hold on, Shanna, but you didn't buy it from the company. You bought it from somewhere else, right? Because you bought it for 1 month. Okay.
For that first month, I bought it from someone. Yep. And so I had absolutely no results in my first month. Then
Crazy.
I could have quit. I could have stopped completely and said I was never going to do this, but I kept watching my friends and they kept losing the weight and feeling great. And like, they just were glowing. And I'm like, okay, I have to try this again. They gave me hell about it and were like, you have to stay on this. You cannot just stay on it for 1 month, right? So here's what I'm going to say about the pricing. Okay, first of all, you need to be on it for longer than 1 month. That's that. You know, there's no company that's going to give you this for 1 month and you're going to have results and be happy. You're not. You're not going to be happy, right? They make sure that you're going to be successful here. So I love that. Okay. Next thing is, guys, my husband and I have literally sat and talked about this topic. We save money now. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we spent hundreds of dollars on all these protein shakes and pills and powders and all the things to try to lose weight in the past. Okay. We were spending tons of money on supplements. And I have nothing against supplements. I do think that people still need them with this, you know, but not the big old weight loss packs that I was buying, these packs and packs and packs for 300 some dollars or whatever, right? And then on top of that, eating out, buying the snacks, doing the grocery shopping. We save so much money on not doing takeout, not buying all the snacks because we don't want it anymore. It literally helps quiet that food noise where you're constantly thinking to yourself, okay, I want this. I'm craving this. Or, you know, I'm sorry, but if you have real food noise while you're eating lunch, you're thinking about dinner. Okay. It takes that away completely. So we don't snack anymore. We're not spending tons of money on groceries. We're not spending money on alcohol. We haven't even gotten into that. Okay. You don't even want alcohol anymore. You go and have your like margarita with your tacos and you're like, I can't even finish this one thing. I don't really want it either. I don't care. So you're saving money on so many other things. And guys, your health is priceless. You can't even put a price on it. Like, to me, the biggest mistake that I made was waiting, like watching my friends, having all the doubt, you know, doing all of these things. And don't get me wrong, guys, I understand having those fears. Everybody does. We all start off having those fears. But the point is, what if I had let that fear get to me back then? I would still be weighing 248 pounds. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
248. And I would still be miserable, not being able to do things with my kids, not being able to get up the stairs at a water park, not being like, I would be back to that because of all the fear and the doubt and all the things, right? So again, you don't know what you don't know. If you want to hear a podcast, I know Carmen can send that your way. I have a really good podcast that you can listen to, and it tells you about all the other benefits of this. Okay. So not just the weight loss part. You know, there's many people who are just taking a very, very small dose of this just so that it can help with their perimenopause, menopausal symptoms and all of those things as well. So guys, my advice to you is don't wait like so many of us did. And it's every day that you wait, you're going to let weeks and months go by of you still feeling miserable, still wondering, because you know you're going to be watching Carmen. I'm just going to tell you, you think Carmen's stopping anytime soon? It's not going to happen. Like, Carmen is going to be like hot to try. Like, next thing you know, she's going to be on with the bikini. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You'll see. I mean, it works. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, it works. And so, you know, do it responsibly. Make sure you're getting it from a place that you have guidance, that you can trust, that is quality, that works. And I'm telling you, it'll change your whole life.
It will. I mean, for sure. When you were talking about saving money on groceries and alcohol and supplements, that is so true because I was spending between $300 to $500 a month on supplements, buying this, buying that, trying this, trying that. And even my husband, just a few weeks ago, he said, you know, if you were gonna be spending $500 buying all these kind of different supplements, you said wisely now, you know, and that's what I'm doing, which is amazing. So, but one of the biggest changes that I've noticed in me, wine. you know, I loved my wine. And even my friend Jennifer, she's watching. One day she posted something about how wine doesn't taste the same. I'm like, what are you talking about? And now that I got started, we have 3 bottles in the fridge
Yep,
that
still
my
sitting
husband
there.
opened. Yes, and I just told him, you're gonna have to throw them away because they don't taste the same
Mm-mm.
anymore. I mean, we still go out and I'll probably enjoy a glass of wine, but even it doesn't taste the same anymore. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I know. It gets to the point where you're like, I don't even need it. It's,
Yeah, yeah. I
and
mean,
how
we
much,
were
I
watching.
mean, it's expensive to buy stuff out, like
It is.
alcohol
It is.
drinks out there. It's expensive. I
Yes.
mean, so you're saving all the money on doing that as well. But I mean, the benefits besides, I mean, even just addictions, period. It helps you with all of that. There's people who have come into my inbox and told me that they were like they would go on Amazon constantly and shop. They even stopped doing that. So
That's
it's just, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
awesome. Well, guys, I do want to say thank you for you guys for being here. We were trying to keep it short, but I wanted you guys to get the message, know what's going on, why these are so good, why so many people are talking about it. Message me because I do have something that it ends today, so you have to message me. And Shauna, thank you so much for making time for being here with us and just explaining everything so well. I appreciate that, and I'll see everyone else around. My inbox is open. Message me, and don't think about it. You know who you are that I'm referring to. This is what you need. Instead of spending more money trying other things, like I tried many things before, I just threw away everything I had. I had bags and bags of supplements that I just threw away. Yes, my husband got upset, but I'm like, I'm not going to use them. So anyways, have a great Sunday. I'll see you guys around. And Shana, again, thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here.
Thanks for having me. Bye, guys. Happy Sunday.
Bye.